In November of 2021, Glasgow played host to the UN's 26th Conference of the Parties to discuss climate change caused by human actions. Along with over 10,000 on-duty police officers and a slew of important faces, the conference also attracted climate protesters, green tech innovators and activists to the city.
There have been multiple conferences to attempt to get climate change reduced. The CO2 in the atmosphere has just gone up and up and up. It hasn't happened. And we're out of time. The governments have not done their job. Corporations have not done their job. And we have to stand up against it. We don't know what to do, but we put our bodies in the road if that's what it takes.
We've seen no emergency action. We witness they're still subsidising fossil fuels. They are, with our taxes, they are still opening new coal mines and they are still expanding airports. That does not seem to me to be emergency action. And that is why I am here at the conference. The world's leaders have realised that we need to see action.
Well, there are some positive announcements coming out, but I have to say that it's nothing like enough yet. A lot of the announcements that have been made around net zero commitments from businesses, for example, are entirely voluntary. There's no teeth to those announcements, and I think given what's come out of previous COP climate conferences, there's a lot of justified concern that that might not actually result in action at the speed that's required.
There is a lot of talk. This is action. It allows communities around the world to be able to grow over 150 different types of crops, to be able to relocalize the production of food, and to be able to do that 365 days a year, irrespective of whether it's winter outside or the desert outside.
To decarbonise our network, we're going to need all kinds of new technologies. Battery trains are ready to go into service today. Hydrogen trains are very much something that we need to integrate into the system. We're complementary to each other.
Innovation costs money, but as soon as it becomes a more productionized solution, then you start to bring down unit price, you start to get more availability, capability, because the whole supply chain gears up. So we wanted to say, look, we'll build it, we'll bring it, then we start conversations about the future.
We have the technologies now. All we need to do is deploy them in volume, deploy them in bulk, and it's happening all the time. Renewables are getting cheaper.
It's not the old, pale, stale men in Cop26 who are driving the climate justice movement. It's young people out on the streets, getting out there, talking to people.
As far as we know, this might be the only planet where there's life. As far as we know, we haven't seen any signs of life elsewhere. Imagine if we screw it up.
Despite the calls from all corners for action, the impact of COP26 on our future still remains to be seen.